Sometimes a 13 too big. This is a 12, not a 13. Yeah, I can't wear this. Yeah, they fit perfect.
Thank you. You're welcome.
What did that say? What did you say?
I said, you know what you are, right? Yeah, that's what you are.
That talking back being smart ain't funny. You popping me in your mouth.
I just didn't know you fussing at me. You think it's cute, but it's coming. And excuse me, don't put those on all of the floor. They brand new, right? So, okay.
You know, doing the same thing and expecting different changes is the same, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, sir.
I know, I'm just trying to teach you Madden. I probably go broke, though. Good shit, I'm trying to teach you.
Truly learning.
Yeah, but shit. She likes out here now.
She making songs and everything.
Oh, really? She get tired of getting fussed at. Shit. That's the way this shit go. You keep doing the same old shit, you get the same results.
The game started, Drew.
What size do Ray Ray? She got 11.
I don't know. I know your grandson is in the 9.5.
Huh?
Your grandson is in the 9.5. We're going to be at our size soon.
And whose side? And whose side? Our side.
What size shoe you wear? What size shoe you wear?
13.
He gonna be there.
She's gonna be like Michael. Shit, he fine.
He gonna be. Nah, I ain't saying he gonna be like Michael, but 13. He knocking on the door. They good.
This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Braylon wear
so from the 39 now, they'll come up on first and
5 or
10.
6. Don't you wear 5 or 6? Yeah, that's when JoJo was not really big. I'm wrong. Ray. Oh, no, I'm tripping. She at home. Yeah, I was tripping because I forgot y'all came over here.
Just took his medicine there.
60 becomes him, don't it?
Not yet. What you talking about? You said what, man?
I said,
I already got the shoes. I got my phone.
Lily.
So much about defending the
I
pass
ain't
and being able to be right there.
I got to go
with
to
the
the ball.
ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
That was shit, too. That was an Eddie Bauer.
Yes. Eddie Bauer used to be shit.
On second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
They make them Eddie Bauer edition, though. How come it ain't?
I got 15 more paper towels.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow.
yeah.
Waving pressure too much. Down he goes. Dante Fowler.
What's the score, cuz?
His 5th sack of the season.
So for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd
We ain't even been able to go nowhere because we were supposed to go today. We had KC.
17 yards.
And the girls got out of school.
They'll take over.
29-yard line.
Casey Braylon.
Fuck that water on that there. Them motherfuckers shit now.
Hey, Legends.
Shit now.
Yeah, you gotta go to the one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
They're white people land.
They set up the
Nah,
screen for
he shit on himself there.
and they get him down, but not before
One in the road.
the 40-yard line. Nice
The one out there by Andrew and them
gain of 12 and a
the
first
shit too.
down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially
I
on the
was
opening drive. You
White
can
people,
Brandon,
that's no fans.
guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are
Like,
so
bro, hey,
amped up to
shit.
get to the quarterback that you can use that against them. The screen pass is a great way.
Oh, I got a police at the checkout counter. We self-check.
At the,
He posted it up. Yeah, he posted it up.
You wanna know why? Niggas was walking out. Niggas, hey,
What the fuck you
me and Chris was in that motherfucker, boy. This lady was, she went to she thought she knew she was getting away. And she had hella shit. First of all, you ain't supposed to go to first self-checkout. Full basket. So she's scanning like one item, putting 3 items in the bag with it.
Because they weren't checking tickets for
Yeah.
a while.
No, they wasn't. So she was scan something cheap. Put the expensive shit in the bag with it. Me and Chris is sitting here watching this chick.
Take real.
You got away with it?
Hell no.
Oh, they caught him? But they was watching her do it?
No, the lady checked the little lady up there. No, she called her not scanning. She called her not scanning. He called security over there.
Damn, did I scan something? No, I bought her. No, I bought a crew that would fit in the box. So I had them all.
When I was scanning up on the other side of me, I was scanning. Had it in my hand.
You talking about, is that Walmart?
Yeah.
Yeah, little Asian chick.
Yeah, you see her on the other side of me.
Yeah, she was, that's the one that was in
No, we was
Down, 7-0.
that was the Chinese, that was Asian made.
In the scanner shit, we had like hella sauce in our hands.
But I like the one out there. In Argentina.
The green one?
Huh?
You talking about the green Walmart or that's your friend's neighborhood Walmart?
I only seen that small. Yeah.
That's the green. That's the friend's neighborhood. That's 3 people.
And I always said,
over on 8th and the road. You don't know 8th and the road?
bro, that's damn near in
Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that
Bro.
again?
Rolling Avenue.
That's across from the project, right?
No. It's
across I-35. But that's in Johnson County.
I don't know what county it is, but I just know that's where my auntie Pat
Ain't
stays.
that Bishop?
It might be Michigan.
If you keep going through, you're right.
Yeah, Mission Mall down there. If you come when you come out her house and make that left, keep going straight. Or Mission Mall used to be down there.
Defense in this situation would have meant that there was an
That's it.
incompletion that would have picked it off.
I'm trying to save your ass.
But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he
So I got to call Spectre because I was sleeping. I read some shit. My fucking bill $60.
even though it was complete.
So you can cancel it after a month, right? You got to call them, right?
This football game, I
For
think
a
they
free trial or something.
and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you
Jamie can take it off the computer, so I guess I got to call him, right?
get back to what works.
She said, really got my right to the
It continues into the end zone. It's a touchdown.
The whole month. Fuck on that. We can stop talking to people, but I'm just.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, which is really good.
Hey, quit coughing, man.
Come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number
That's
two,
one little boy.
number three.
I don't think I'm messing with you, but
Try to get the number
little
one
boy still ain't gonna go skinny.
first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
I don't know. They just gonna have
One thing
a
you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver
They
in
bad.
stride.
If they don't, or they keep them bad ass your way. That's what I look
But in
at.
this situation, the defense was effective, able to
Tell
stop
him
him
to
and
wait.
get a good head of steam
He's
going.
still trying to get the damn thing. I know who shit.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
That's the one that said, CJ, remember when we was in the backyard, they was playing with Trilling them, and the little dude said, let's grab ass. I think that's like, that little skinny, swing little peanut head. Yeah, he said that.
16 yards on that one.
No, you said you better grab his brother's ass.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then the same little boy asked him, can the girls come out and play? No, they in school. Yo, last week.
They don't go to school either.
Now look, he talking about to girls school.
Give him 3 on first down.
Yeah, a little turtle.
Set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ninja, what now? No, you're a Ninja Turtle. They look too small. Oh, shit. Come on, Jerry. Let's see that. I bought some damn new cars. They ain't not dollar cars either, okay? Those cars are not dollar cars. They $2 and $3. But those cars didn't cost that. Yeah, no, it's $2.
Right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense humming here in the early going.
They ate already?
So they'll come up in Bengals territory
Why she
with
can't.
a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jackson draw play to down.
She don't be playing either.
Down only to about the
Oh, yeah, them motherfuckers. What?
Get grumpy as hell.
pick up there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Check all that bird.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Better be winning, Drew. Give me a pop bag. Bring me a pop.
After one, 7-0.
You better be winning.
Damn, I'm down 7-0.
Ravens 7.
Damn it.
Bengals nothing.
Why?
Because his offense is really good. And my offense is okay. My defense is good. My offense is okay.
How many y'all get?
5. 5, yeah, 5. 5 rows, 6 rows, something like that.
On 2nd and 7. Jackson
Little cheap packs.
going deep for Brown. This is intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin.
Got a pick, though.
Puka.
The turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Absolute disaster. Here, start to get a little worried.
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and set change and at least let people feel that.
Oh, my God. What the fuck just happened?
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
What the fuck was that?
You do a pick.
TJ. I threw it to Gronk. Gronk got tackled. The ball landed on his chest. It bounced on his chest. Somebody came up and fucking grabbed it.
Wow.
I got to record it. TJ. You'll be able to see it. It's good.
They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Hey, that mango Pepsi is good.
You said what?
Mango Pepsi is good.
It is.
Yeah, I know you don't drink pop. I'm just telling you.
Sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Why'd you leave him, Rock? Where are you going?
Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. As the Ravens push further out in front.
Yeah, that pick, that was bad. That was
First
bad.
half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns.
I'm 7-2 in this league, too, TJ.
There could be plenty more before
And this dude beat me one of the 2 times.
And McGinnis with a kickoff honors following the touchdown.
We in the same division. This is the 2nd time I done played with him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
And this is saying what? Sanders? And Sanders?
Not Sanders.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
I threw way too late.
And it's intercepted.
Damn.
Picked off by
She did say what
and his
kind of
guys are
shoe.
going to take over at the
She said
34-yard
I said shoe.
line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Eluding the pressure right. More for Jackson. Out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Big yardage here on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
They'll run with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much, even one
So
step.
do she get 3 glasses or what now?
And then cut back against the grain, let the running back finish it off and get the work done.
Extra points against the Uprights. And it's now 21-0. And McGinnis with a kickoff. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
And what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield.
No way.
All these points packed on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Which is
Passing there, Joe. A heavy rush, and down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They had
saw
not
me
getting
sitting
much
on my
generated
bucket. He said,
offensively.
"You want a chair?" First, he was sitting over there,
Because
old white man.
just seems to be playing with so much
You know what I'm
confidence
saying?
right
Can I
now.
talk to you for a minute?
They are on their toes, and they're
What do you want? You know, weird, you know. So I just want to give you something. I said, okay.
Now Joe
I didn't know what you was talking about, bro. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. You know.
Passing game not in sync here early.
Nah, I found
It's
it.
4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now over 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 20. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return.
First right,
Will come
go
the
around,
offense as they take
go
over.
back the opposite way.
Now after that last play, there's a
I
Bengal down on
park
the
my
field.
car.
We'll check on his
Right next to the water.
stats. Jackson and the Ravens come up now,
On
1st and
asphalt.
10 at their own 43. He'll look to throw right away. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And a Raven 1st down.
I'll take my 2 hills up to the beach.
To throw is Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll pull it down, and he'll get it down to the 43. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
I can swim. You ain't never been in no damn swimming pool in your life. Cool.
To throw again on second down. Jackson.
Oh, she tried? Okay.
He's got him in. It's Adams.
She was in the pool?
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
I can't see.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Left side Andrews with it complete. The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 11-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
That boy must be sick.
Throwing is Jackson. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll take it into the
What, he went home, didn't take the scan, make a bell?
Andrews, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Austin McGinnis out for the extra
$6
point.
for that balloon, bro. Oh, shit.
It's good.
It's better for you to make water. Yeah. But I put some water in. It wasn't water when you go in the motherfucker. Pump it there.
And McGinnis with a kickoff on us following a touchdown. This carries into the end zone.
Yeah, that's still just
Balloons.
And they're down at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchdown.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive punting the football.
Okay.
Going to be intercepted again. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Austin McGinnis out for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Bengals, nothing.
Bad butt. Bad butt. Bad butt.
You leaving? No?
Austin McGinnis set to kick off.
So they'll get another
14
shot
and
on
9.
following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
You can turn him down. Yeah.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field.
Yeah.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if he started through 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how...
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Complete to Marquise Brown.
Hollywood, Marquise Brown. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Ravens add on.
Kick is good.
And he's able to put it through.
Score, Ravens 42. Bengals, nothing.
The McGinnis with a kickoff on us following the touchdown. so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute. I think something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done. I believe I'm following your logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. I hate to say it, Charles, but every time I play this dude, I feel like the whole game is half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people who take the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He'll air this one out.
Ooh, you got me.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you
come on, y'all, we losing. See, I might lose. I got to I don't like losing.
You saw the contact on time. No
hey, it's a nigga in our spine, bruh.
It's 4th down.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
Hey,
Possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Dobbins, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle?
Shit, I'm out of here.
Picked up by Marcus in. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you down to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
This dumbass.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down.
All on me.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Yes.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Hit. Hit.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact on that one, and it's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking for Andrews downfield. And able to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Take it in at the 11. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 12 yards that time, and the Cincinnati 1st down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
They certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got just pin their ears back and get after him now.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now Burrow. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. From midfield now, Burrow. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards that time.
I got a care package dropped on my head, bruh.
That's fucked up. I ain't mean to laugh.
Goddamn, my goddamn teammates are blowing me up.
Let's see if they can keep it up.
Because I'm in the league.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last one got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. And too much juice. He'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's third down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
22 and 11.
I'm surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Man, I'm with you on that. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit baby, waving the white flag, and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on the first down.
The tackle.
You know, we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do. Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of
22 and 11, cuz.
it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We'll just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. That's being physical.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Take a shower.
Dobbins running out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Escaping pressure run. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Darnell Mooney, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And this offense is running away with this one. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is by 1 more. The McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A quick throw by Burrow is complete. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Complete to number 14. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's Burrow. Kowski, and he's got him complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line. That's the end.
Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. So in Raven territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 37-yard line. Burrow going to get this out to Boyd on the perimeter. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. That's just his second catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game, and they've done a great job of doing that.
Burrow's throw going to be caught by
I got my first touchdown in the game in the fourth quarter.
What's the score?
A lot to a little.
Tyler Boyd.
49 10.
And the Bengals gain a bit of respectability.
Ooh,
and this one through the uprights and good.
Makes the score. Ravens 49. Bengals 10. Harrison Butker set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city. But in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number 1 for what we've seen this season.
Yep. Thanks for being here. Travel around the world and back again.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. They'll roll him out right. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That one goes for 24 yards.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson. When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what?
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Complete to
Mark Andrews
touchdown.
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
56. Bengals 10. Austin McGinnis set to kick off.
McGinnis with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Or if she is watching it with her other kids, you want to watch your face.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. Past the 20. And all the way in for Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And it's for pride now, but the Bengals get a bit closer. And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Ravens 56. Bengals 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So when you get streaming, that means you get streamed. Smart TV, just apps on there or something? Or what? Streaming.
At the 25 after a gain of 5.
I got the app. I got Smart TV. I got the apps up there.
And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced
What
with
is
this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box.
Still Spectrum, I should be able to use the app on the TV, right?
Yeah.
Down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll go again with Dobbins. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
When she's not in her phone, she be singing along.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Andrews. And he will have the Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Well, you said you have to be careful.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 15. Check 15. Report.
Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And he will find his man on the outside. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And Across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. DJ Reader there on the tackle.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
3rd down.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll take it down shy of 45 at the 46. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
I lost 56 to 17, but I started warming up in the end.
That should go to 59 or
Boy, were they clicking on
Whichever one says daily driver.
I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.
Andrew, and I don't know what to say to that.
Things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
I will say that that's only my 3rd loss this year. That dude is really good at playing Madden. I've only beat him, what, once?
So for the Ravens,
I think the one time I beat him, I called him napping.
Position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2, and they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home.
you about to say the structure. It should. I know you got to get the left and the right, but they just said front right.
You got a hard bite. Let me see.
You already put my stuff back in my bathroom. You got stuff up under your sink.
Facts.
Yeah, then the one below it.
What you want, TJ? What y'all on?
Oh, really? It's the same price?
No.
What y'all on?
The 2nd and the 3rd one is. It's just me, cuz.
Oh, what you want?
But see, I would go just because. Hold on, cuz. Just keep doing it. Red and blue, the first and the second. Left and right. What'd you say, cuz? What you trying to get on? You know Rocket League started a new thing.
Yep. That's what you want to get on?